What's up, guys? Joe from SRHQ. Man, I have got a special video for you guys today. I am doing a Zoom call with my good friend Mark, Dutchknifeguy. Mark, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine. It's a bit early on my day off, but yeah, the knives get me excited, so that's always good. So I'm excited to talk to you and yeah, share our passion for knives. So. Yeah.
So we've been trying to get this video done, I want to say for 2 years now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We've been talking about this video, and we're going to be talking about Mark's Benchmade 940 collection, because when I was at his place, man, like, he's got them on display. It's just an amazing collection. If you guys are into 940s, you guys are going to want to stick around and see this video. But originally it was supposed to be me doing this video. One time when I was up visiting, I was just going to pull out my camera, but we always had so much to do, it just never got done. And then the last time we saw each other was what? Blade Stock 2019.
Yeah, so pretty much a year ago.
Yeah, and we were supposed to meet up in Nuremberg at the IWA, but of course all this Corona stuff started and that got canceled. So who knows when the next time we're going to be able to see each other in person is. So I just figured, why not do a Zoom chat? You know, my wife uses Zoom for her home office. And as soon as I saw her using this platform, I just thought, I got to get some knife guys. You know, this would make an awesome video. So yeah, super excited to talk to you about your 940 collection. But first, how you doing, man? How's the situation in the Netherlands? Is stuff starting to open again?
Well, I'm fine. The part I'm in the north part of the Netherlands. And it's not affected as much as the south part of the Netherlands, but we are pretty much still on lockdown. Shops etc. are closed, but it started to open up again. I got my hair cut this week because the barbers opened up this week. And it's starting to look up a little bit. The people in the hospitals it's going down, and it's started to look up a bit. But it's still a strange situation. You know, I've been working from home for the last 8 weeks, something like that, 6, 7, 8 weeks. And yeah, that's strange. And I'm pretty much working from home for the next months. Because that's what my employer wants, and I'm fine with that. But it's a bit boring at times, and things like this, talking about the knives, that keeps me sane.
So it really feels like it's starting to get back to normal here. If you guys don't know, I live in downtown Munich, and I mean, we were under lockdown for the longest time, but just last week or a couple weeks ago, they reopened the small shops. And if you guys have ever been to Munich or any city, you know, it's a bunch of small shops everywhere. So that made it feel almost normal. You know, you can go in, you still have to wear a face mask, and they limit the amount of people that can come in and out. But, you know, we were down at the Isar River. It's this big river that goes through Munich, and that's where all the people typically gather. And we were there last weekend, and man, there were thousands of people. It really is starting to feel back to normal. You know, people are still spacing out a little bit, and they're still a little cautious, but it's going to be tough keeping the people inside during the summer. I think once it starts getting hot, it's really going to be tough to enforce all this stuff. So hopefully it just blows away. But
that's the thing. We had a beautiful weather the last couple. Well, since the beginning, pretty much, we had beautiful weather. Very warm, and it was crazy that we had to stay at home, you know. But it's starting to look a little bit better. But I think we still have to be cautious what happens. But I think it's gonna be a long time before it's all back to normal.
And that's even if it goes back to normal. You know, I think a year minimum. I mean, I think.
For sure. Especially the large gatherings and stuff like that, because concerts and stuff, it's still not allowed. I think up to 100 people is allowed now, and then they have to shut it. So
yeah, it's definitely interesting times. Especially we like going to these conventions. You know, I like going to concerts and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to reopen sports and everything. It's just really, I'm just watching every day, and every day is different. So it's really interesting to see, but it's also a bit scary at the same time. But yeah, enough about the whole Corona crisis. We're here to talk about knives. So yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, when I was over at your place, I was like, wow, he's got so many Benchmade 940s. He must have every single one. So you really love the Benchmade 940. So
that's a bit of a passion. I definitely don't have every kind, because there are a lot of versions out there. But I have a fair amount, and yeah, these knives are precious to me. The 940 pretty much was a grill knife in the beginning for me. Yeah, of course the 940 isn't cheap, so yeah, for a long time that was pretty much yeah, a grill knife. It's probably like maybe 7-8 years ago I got into a depression, and well, that's a long different story, but at the end it just clicked with me that I needed to do something for myself, something I really enjoyed just purely for myself, and that was knives. I have loved knives all my life. I was running around with knives from being a little kid, and that never was a problem, because my mom grew up on a farm, and yeah, having a knife just was normal, you know. So yeah, and well, I picked up a Spyderco Tenacious, and that yeah, that started off my collection again. And then pretty much soon after that, I got my first 940, the 941. No, just a regular 940, and that yeah, that still is one of my favorites, because it's just a great knife. I don't know what it is, but it is the whole design that just clicked with me. The feeling of the aluminum and the deep carry clip. Yeah, I really liked the knife from the beginning, and yeah, that spiraled into a yeah, to a obsession. Let's call it that, because yeah.
Yeah, I have owned a couple 940s. I don't currently own any. I had a green 940 very briefly. I pretty much traded it as soon as I got it, because some hot GEC came up, and I was like, damn it, I have to get rid of this knife. And I also had the 941 with the carbon fiber. And yeah, that was just, for me, that was really super expensive for what I was getting. I think it was like S90V or S30V or with the carbon fiber, and it was like over $300. And I bought it. And I don't know, I just had a conscience, and I just had to sell it. I just spent too much money on it. So I would like to get another 940. Out of the ones that I've seen, including yours, I still think my favorite is just the original one with that green. I think once you start using it, and you know, you start throwing it around, and it gets beat up, and it just gets all Bobo Fett'd out. I mean, I just think that's a cool looking knife.
Yeah, yeah, it is, and yeah, these days there are a lot of custom scales available as well. If you look on Instagram, you can find a couple guys that are really making beautiful stuff, and pure custom. So you can get it in all kinds of materials these days. But yeah, I don't have any custom pieces. I only have the production versions. But yeah, still love them. I have my favorites, and that's mostly based on the blade steel used on it. The regular 940s, yeah, like I said, it's one of my. It was my grill knife, and it still is. I love that one, and I will never get rid of that one. Oh, never, you know, you never know. But yeah, my current favorite of the 940s is this one, and that's the Knife Works exclusives, the 914 940-1501. And I got that from a buddy of mine in the States. And yeah, the day I got it, I love this one. It's a blue and black G10 scales, milled, of course. But wow, it's super light, and it's just action on it is very good.
And what blade steel is on that one?
20 CV.
20
So
CV.
CPM.
So the normal, the basic Benchmade is what, S90V or S30V?
No, S30V.
S30V.
Yeah,
So
S30V.
yeah, so then this one's in 20 CV, which I have never used. What is 20 CV? Is it super hard?
Yeah, 20 CV is comparable with the M390.
Okay.
So
yeah,
the super steels, but it's yeah, that one is scary sharp, and it stays sharp. It's crazy. The one you were talking about, the Dash 1.
Yeah.
It's the 940-1 in the carbon fiber. That one has the S90V.
Yeah.
Also a really nice knife, and it's basically for summer carry and for spring carry. Yeah, ideal because it's super light, and this one is a bit.
One thing I did love about the 940-1 is just those carbon fiber scales. The knife just weighs nothing. You know, you just put it in your pocket and you don't notice it's there. Even with the regular 940, you know, you can still kind of feel it. It's got a little bit of heft to it, but that 940-1 was just a featherweight.
Yeah, exactly. And I have another one, and that's the Cabela Special, the 940-1601. Wow. And this one is really a lot of people like this one because it has the wooden bolsters and the carbon fiber scales. And every time I post a picture of this one, it always gets a lot of likes. It's modern and classic together, and yeah, that combination for a lot of people just works probably. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous knife, and I think that has a D2 blade, so not very special, but yeah, it's also one of my favorites.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. D2 used to be a pretty decent steel until every single company started using it as their budget steel.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember back in the day, I was like, oh my God, that blade's in D2? You know, it was just an amazing steel. Now it's just people are like, D2.
Well, Benchmade has used 440C for a long time, and a perfect steel, you know. Yeah. I think it's all a bit hyped up. It's the steels, you know, it's a hype, and the price goes up when they use a decent steel. But
yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, you guys know my channel. I mean, probably my favorite steel is 1095.
Yeah.
So the 1095 is a super steel. You know, I can get it razor sharp. It's super easy to maintain. You can get a knife in 20 CV, and I honestly don't know how difficult it would be to sharpen. I mean, I've never.
Yeah, it takes a while to sharpen that, but like I said, once it's sharp, it stays sharp for a while. But yeah, it's a bit steel to sharpen. That's for sure. And I don't sharpen my own knife because yeah, it's not my hobby, and I keep them sharp with a strop, you know. But if it really needs a sharpening, I'll source that out.
Yeah, well, cool. So what else we got? We got the Cabela's one, which I have to say is probably my favorite out of the grouping so far. That something about old school bolstered look. I mean, it just something rings with me.
Yeah. Then of course I have the 914-2, and that's the G10, and this is a first production run. It states on a not very special, but yeah, still nice green. I don't know if it shows up, but green
looks cool.
anodized spaces. Again, extremely light. Yeah. Oh, the black and the black clip. Yeah. Yeah. Just a cool knife, you know. It's just love it.
Yeah, and one thing I'll say about the 940s is that, you know, the model's been around for so long. There are lots of custom scales. There are lots of custom deep carry pocket clips. You can go on and get those little barrel spacers that in any different color. I mean, you can customize your knife. I mean, the options are out there. You know, that's probably the one knife that has more, you know, aftermarket stuff you can buy for it than any other knife that I can think of.
Like I said, you can buy production custom scales even now from Blades HQ has them. I don't know, Flightanium, I believe it's the produces them, but you can get copper, brass, all kinds of materials. It's awesome stuff you can get for them. But one of the more special ones is the gold class, or one of the gold classes, because there are several gold classes from the 940. But yeah, I picked this one up in Luxembourg when I was on a day trip with two buddies of mine, and I saw he had them for sale, and I just had to buy it. It wasn't a case of shall I buy it? No, give it to me. Take my money, and yeah. So that's one of the more special ones.
So what is that? You got anodized aluminum, and then what is the bolster?
Bolster is carbon fiber.
Yeah.
I'm looking what kind of steel it is. I can't make it out. Man, my eyes are shit. No, I don't know what kind of steel it is, but yeah, it's
probably premium stuff.
Yeah, premium stuff. Yeah. So
I don't think
it's one of the more special ones, and I guess the last one I have in total 7. So for every day I can carry another a different one, and that's the going gear that has been very popular as well. The 1701, the going gear exclusive with the C-Tech inserts and the red details, and I always call this my Spider-Man knife. I don't know what, you know, the black and red. It's just a cool knife. And again,
do those inserts offer any grip, or is it just completely slick?
No, it's not really slick. It gives a little bit grip, but it could be better.
That's one complaint that you could weigh against any of the 940s is it's a pretty slick knife, you know, especially the original one with the aluminum. You know, if you're working in wet conditions or whatever, it's probably not going to be the best knife. But for the average person like you and me, I mean, it's absolutely fine. But
I have reasonably large hands, but I still have a 4-finger grip because it isn't a large knife. It isn't a small knife, but it isn't large knife either. So it's just in between, because if another one of my favorite knives, and that's the Crooked River, but when I put my Crooked River next to it, it draws my 940. So
the Crooked River is just a gigantic knife in general. That thing is wicked. That knife was over here.
Yeah, but still, it's very comfortable. You can carry it in your pocket. It just disappears with the deep carry clip. Man, it's so smooth. It's one of the things I really like of the Benchmade is the axis lock. For me, the axis lock is the best lock ever designed, because you can for left, right, doesn't matter. It's comfortable for everyone, and it just works for me. It's that's what I really like from the Benchmades. I had many Benchmades. I still have a couple more than this, but I also have sold some Benchmades. To be honest, I was a huge Benchmade fanboy. I'll admit it. But yeah, fit and finish from Benchmade isn't that great these days. In my opinion, it's my opinion, of course, but I have seen a terrible fit and finish from new out of the box with horrible grinds, blades rubbing the liners. Oh, crazy.
Good on time. Yeah, so one thing I can say about Benchmade is, me personally, I've never had these crazy issues with the rubbing blade and stuff like that. I've had minor issues, you know, a little off center on the blade, a little bit of blade play, but I haven't had these crazy things. But one thing I want to ask you about is, man, when I do a video on a Benchmade or I post a picture on a Benchmade, Americans, not all Americans, but some Americans get really upset with me that I'm supporting Benchmade. You know, they had this whole thing where they destroyed a bunch of guns to help the police, and people are just, you know, hating on Benchmade. And for me, it's like, I have a knife channel. I don't have a gun channel. I've never talked about a gun on my channel at all. For me, they're separate. How do you see this? I mean, is it the same for you?
I heard about that. I never got into that. I really don't know what happened with them. You know, I love my guns as well, but I'm in the Netherlands, so it's not allowed. At least you have to have a license, etc., etc. It's a whole.
I was going to say, says a gun hanging up behind him.
Yeah, well, that's just a BB gun, you know, so that's nothing special.
Yeah.
But no, it's not really not allowed. But I am Dutch American, so I have been to the States a lot, and every time I go to the States, I go shooting because I just like that. What happened with them? Yeah, for me, just pure politics, and yeah, I don't really give about that much. For me, the most important thing is quality, and yeah, that's the point that they lost me, because yeah, like I said, quality wise. Yeah, it's not good at the moment, and I hope they go back to what they were doing, because it's a slap in the face of the consumer. Because if you buy an expensive knife, and don't forget the 940s are expensive knives.
What is the price on just a base model green?
Base model, the regular 940 around 200, I believe. The -2 is a little bit cheaper, maybe 170 or something like that in dollars. The -1, yeah, is about 260, 70, something like that. The gold class, yeah, can go up to 700 or so, something like that. It's just what someone wants to pay for it, because it's discontinued, so it's not available anymore. The Knifeworks exclusive, yeah, around 200, I believe. So normally they are around 200, and okay, that's a lot of money for a lot of people. So
200 is what you would pay at like an online store or at a shop, but obviously some of these knives are discontinued. If you were to go sell, I mean, how much of a profit is there in a 940? Like, how much more do they sell for? Because I'll give you an example. Like any of these GECs up here, you know, they might sell for, I don't know, $100, $110 brand new. But the thing is, they sell out in 5 minutes and they're gone.
Yeah.
Very limited quantities. And if I wanted to sell these, a lot of these I could get double or triple the price. Or I shouldn't say that, because I don't really sell a lot of them. But if I want to buy one for my collection, I can expect to pay at least double what they originally went for.
for the discontinued models, there are a couple. There is a red version of the regular one with red anodized scales. Very, very hard to get. And yeah, those goes for insane money. There are a couple of gold classes. Like I said, this isn't the only one. There are more out there with way more details, like the mass blades and titanium scales and etc. etc. Those goes for crazy money. $2,000 I have seen them for. So yeah.
Now, have you ever heard of fit and finish issues and stuff like that on some of the gold class models, or do they pay extra attention to those?
Actually, this isn't a perfect one. It isn't scented, but that's purely because I haven't done anything with it. So I just it's for me a collection piece. I don't want to handle it too much, but for me it should have been perfect out of the box, you know, because
especially for that kind of money.
Yeah.
I would expect someone to check and double check that thing before it gets shipped.
Yeah, but it isn't, and it's a minor problem because if I tension it, it would probably be fine. But still, you know, at that point, gold class, you know, the regular gold classes they sell now are super expensive. Every detail should be correct, and yeah.
For me, when I collect these traditional knives, it's like I judge it based on how well this guy was able to make this knife by hand to make everything look even, make everything match up and line up. For me, when I look at a modern folder that, you know, is CNC machined, it's laser cut, it's all done by machines, I kind of expect the pieces to fit together.
Yeah.
You know? I expect the blade to be centered. I expect there to be no blade play. And I don't know if I'm far off in asking for that. But for me, that's just my assumption. When I buy a modern folder that's basically built with machines, I expect it to be perfect. And especially for $700, $800, $900, it better be perfect.
Yeah. So same for me. If I buy a custom piece can have little flaws because it's handmade, you know. And I don't mind it. I actually like that you can see it's handmade, you know. But like you said, if it's a production model that is stand out pretty much, yeah, it should be flawless. But somehow it's not at the moment, but.
Yeah, like I said, I've had pretty good luck with the Benchmades that I own, just minor problems, but that's the same with any company. Yeah. But I have heard from you a lot, and I've heard from other people that Benchmade, you know, has a bit of a lackadaisical quality control. So I hope for our sakes as collectors and users, and for their sakes as a company, I hope they can figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand you got some other knives. You got some clones there.
Yeah, I actually have 2 clones, and you know, I have those because you gifted them to me. You actually bought these to make a video about the differences between the real one and the fake one.
Yeah, you know, if you guys ever wonder what I do with these clones that I do these videos on. You know, some people have thought, you know, I sell them on eBay or something. No, I give them to people. I don't think I gave it to you. I think we traded. I think I got a Fisher Space Pen out of the deal.
Oh, maybe.
If I remember correctly. But whatever. Yeah. It's basically like I knew you were into 940s. I thought you would get a kick out of it. I gave it to you. You know?
Well, it's fun to see. I don't condone clones. I don't have many clones. I only have clones of the 940 and the Crooked River, and all I got them from you. and I will never sell those because I really don't believe in that. But it's scary to see how good they are compared to the real ones, and you can definitely see. At least when you put them next to each other, you can see which one the clone is and which one is the regular one. But still, if you don't own one and you would buy a clone, well, yeah, it's hard to say it's a clone, because
I've been doing those Clone War videos for years. I mean, I think I did the Spyderco Enduro one, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. But I can tell you, like, since I've been doing them, the clones have been getting progressively better and better. And I got that 940, and I just remember thinking, damn, I was like, they are so close with this one. This is before I had the real one there. You shipped me one from you, and then Patty's Potato Peelers sent me another one. And I had to wait to get the real one in hand. But just while I was waiting, playing with that clone, I just couldn't stop thinking how good this knife was. I mean, the action was great. It was solid. It felt like I was holding a 9 or a Benchmade. Says me.
Yeah, for sure. It's pure details and and finishes. That is the difference. But yeah, it's still a really nice knife. And of course, you don't know what kind of steel they use or whatever. But you would even packaging is pretty good, spot on. So
I'll just tell you guys a funny story. Mark actually posted a picture on Instagram of the 940 clone. And his caption was like, "Yeah, I got the Benchmade 940 out with me today," or something like that. And I commented and I said, "940 clone?" ? And he wrote me back. He's like, "Nah, buddy, this one's the real deal." But then I was like looking at the picture and I was like, no, that's the clone. I was like, it's got the wrong Omega spring and this and that. And then you're like,
I actually got it wrong. I just grabbed it believing it was the real one.
Yeah.
And I actually grabbed the fake one. So that's that's how good they are.
Close they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, like you said, it's in the details. The Omega spring is different on the clone. That's how you figured it out.
Yeah. But, so, out of all these knives, do you have a favorite one? I'm gonna stick with either the regular green base model or the Cabela's. I love that bolstered look. But
yeah, well, for me, it's still the Knifeworks exclusive. It isn't special, but for some reason, I don't know why, but this one just keeps finding its way to my pocket. I also like the Cabela's one. That's a bit special as well. But yeah, for some reason, it's the Knifeworks exclusive. I don't know if they don't sell them still. Like the Going Gear one is sold out and it's not coming back anymore. They had a second run for a while, but they are all sold out very quick. And that's there are a lot of 940 collectors out there, and and when there is a new model, they pick them up quick.
But how easy are they to get on the secondary market, like on the Facebook groups, on Instagram? If you want one of these knives, can you find one if you look hard enough, or are they just gone?
Oh yeah. You can, but I really don't know that good, because I never go on groups like that. I would never buy one secondhand without seeing it or handling it, because of the problems, because of the fakes going out there. But yeah, there, like I said, there is a lot of out there. So, but if you are willing to pay, you can pretty much find every model. But yeah, there are a couple of collectors I know. I don't know his name anymore, but well, every single gold class that came up for sale, he picked it up, and he has. I think he must have hundreds of 940s, and all the special models. You know, not even the regular ones. No, all the the gold classes, and wow, that's a collection. Yeah.
Yes, that leads into what I wanted to ask you. Is there one that's out there that you don't have in your collection that you're trying to get, that you're actively on the hunt for? Is there another 940 there?
No. The 940 is what I have. It's pretty much is going to say what it is. There are a couple I really like. The titanium fluted one is very nice. But yeah, for me, it's not worth the money anymore. They are good. Like I said, discontinued models are the more interesting models, but those go for prices. Yeah, I just can't pay for a production model. Then I rather go for a custom Dutch-made piece. Yeah, that makes more sense to me than buying another 940 production. So.
Yeah, makes sense, and it's all kind of the same knife. You know, I mean, I have lots of different knives. I can't say that I have 10 of one knife. So, yeah, you know, you have 7 plus 2 clones. I think you're pretty good on that front. Well,
there are a couple of brands that I really like and support. Hill knives from the Netherlands, and maybe we can make a video on about that as well if this video is received well. Yeah, that's passion, and I have several of the Hill knives, and I'm definitely getting more of those. But yeah, that's
so Hill knives is a Dutch knife maker, correct?
Yeah, and it's pretty much the only one that is a fully knife maker and just does knives for his
he's not a bartender and he makes knives on the weekend.
No. It is a real knife maker. Yeah.
Yeah, well, guys, let me know what you think. Do you guys want to see a video on Hill knives? I've seen a couple of the Hill knives that Mark showed me, and they are.
I'll give a little preview. This is a Hill knives dagger, and yeah, it's very nice. And this is one of 2 I own. So that's a little preview, and I have a couple folders of Hill knives. But that's those. It's more than the knives, you know. It's the people behind the knives. It's the story behind the knives. It's yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just get excited when I talk about Hill knives. It's great stuff, and great, beautiful people. When I picked up my latest folder, I picked it up in Rotterdam, where Hill knives is situated, and yeah, so hospitable, and they showed me how the knives were made, and wow, it's just amazing. I actually hope to bring you there one day. So
yeah, that would be great. You know, hopefully, you know, I can't wait for this the travel restrictions and everything to loosen up, because honestly, when you live in Europe, you kind of have friends all over the place, and you kind of have things you could be doing all over the place, and when they shut down the travel, it really kind of messes with you. But it's cool that we have this Zoom that we can get here. I hope this video is well received. You know, I thought it was a great idea. I saw my wife using it for work, and I was like, man, what a cool idea. But I'm looking at the timer, and it looks like we're right around 45 minutes. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, if it's just going to cut us off or what. But I just want to get a thank you in before this cuts off. Dutchknifeguy, at Dutchknifeguy on Instagram. Do you have any other social media you want to throw in?
Yeah, I also have I am also working for QSP. QSP Knives Europe is also a Instagram page of mine, and maybe we can talk about the QSP knives someday.
Yeah, I have several QSP knives here. We could definitely do that. Yeah. So yeah, guys, big thanks to Mark, Dutchknifeguy. You know, it was a pleasure having you on. I really enjoyed this. Hopefully it was fun for you.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do this again. But for all my viewers, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you want to continue seeing content like this, you know, if you want to see that video where we talk about Hill Knives, maybe even go to Hill Knives, I don't know if we can work that out. Let me know down in the comments below. Yeah, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you check out Mark, Dutchknifeguy on Instagram, QSP Knives Europe on Instagram. Thanks for watching.